Start off today with a pickup of where we left off in terms of our end cap project, the end pieces that we're making for those automatic door bottoms. I have the surface of the material ready to go. One thing I'd like to point out, and this topic deserves its own video or its own intense study. In the Onsrud world, there are two catalogs. There's production tools, and then there's metalworking. If you are running a tool like this, and you're cutting wood or aluminum, I have come to learn firsthand, not the hard way, but I've seen it with my own eyes, there's nothing in the metalworking tool for us, people doing this. Production tool catalog only. What I mean by that is this. Now what I'm showing you is this piece of aluminum that I have. This very odd shaped piece of aluminum. Very difficult to surface it down completely uniform because of its weird shape and how it spans across the bed of the tool. The good news is that 90 thousandths I'm going for is not absolutely mission critical. 80 thousandths, a little thicker, really not going to be a problem. To surface that down, if you're new like me, you say to yourself, well gosh, more flutes the better. We'll get a finer cut because at least I was taught that an 82 10-inch carbide will give a finer cut on crown than a 36 tooth high-speed steel blade. Not the case in the world of CNC, and here's what I mean. So, the multiple flutes, what I surfaced all of this with was is a 7 flute tool. 7. It's a beast. When people tell you that a O flute or a single flute tool, maybe a 2 flute, is going to be right for aluminum, they really mean it. Here's how I know that to be a truth. Everything has to do with removing heat away, pulling heat away. That heat is transferred from what you are cutting off the material. All of these chips all over the place. This is what's carrying. That's what's carrying the heat away. We can look in my dust boot. Very fine, very compacted. That is way too small to carry actual heat away. Even with a pass step, and check this out, 0.001 in that job, the surface, while I didn't put a digital thermometer on it, I could tell it was quite warm. It was noticeably warm. In order to pull heat away, you have to have more material that the heat can ride with it to come off of the workpiece. That's the chip. In order to get a bigger chip, you've got to rotate your RPM, but then you've got to move the tool. The fact of the matter is, when there are 7 flutes and you are trying to achieve a large enough chip to carry a large enough heat away per flute, you have to move really fast, way faster than this tool can safely, reliably go. Here's how I know that. The formula in surfacing this 1-inch aluminum that's sitting here, there's really no evidence left because I have surfaced it. When I ran the tool with my 7 flutes, I needed to achieve about 14 inches per second. Just let that sink in. You're moving over a foot in 1 second. What happened was, my entire Z carriage was literally bam, bam, bam. And it doesn't take a lot to cause a major problematic event when you have countless, I don't know how much that spindle weighs. Then you've got 7 exceptionally sharp teeth. And here's the other part, at a very aggressive helix or rake angle. I'm not sure if rake's the proper term for that, but the angle is way off. Back to where we started. What you're seeing there is when I started surfacing the material, I was moving quickly at maybe a 5,000th pass step, and the angle, the rake angle, this is what I'm going to cut the material out of, my end piece. Bear with me. That is not a very aggressive angle on that helix. We come down to that 7 flute, you'll see that it spins a lot more per, say, 1 inch. A lot more movement around the circumference of that. That angle is so aggressive that it's literally cutting and lifting the part off, pulling the part up. The obvious problem with that is work holding. I have a piece of 1/4 inch, whatever, polycarbonate. The aluminum is held down with our Super 77 3M spray adhesive and the 2-sided masking tape trick. So the moral of all of this is I wanted to use that super sharp, beautiful 7 flute beast, but it is wrong for 2 reasons. You cannot move fast enough to pull the heat away. At least I can't. 2, that angle is so aggressive that you are really going to be challenging your work holding. Now I've got a couple of Becker vacuum pumps down here and I'm pulling 22 atmosphere, and it's no problem if I'm going to run through that 1-inch aluminum, which a 4 foot by 4 foot piece of it, it's 250 pounds. It's really heavy, maybe heavier, probably a little heavier. It's not a problem. It ain't moving. And I can have a real massive, I'm sure, I haven't tested it, but pass step. The issue is with this, I can't move fast enough. So those tools are patently incorrect. The single flute approach allows you, because you are cutting with 1 cutting edge per revolution, you're going to achieve a much larger piece of chip material that's flying off and taking with it heat per inch per second than you could possibly with that 7 flute, because every piece that's coming off is so much smaller. It's so small that, as you saw, it's compacted dust. That is not adequate for heat removal, is the bottom line. So the next step on this project is I'm going to be cutting out our piece of end plate is what I'm going to be doing. And that's where we'll pick up next. We'll do it. Thanks.